Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of our Community Access. This week is really busy, so let's not waste any time with my opening. Let's go! Welcome back. Our girls went to the Pollyann Trail to help with doggy bags. Yep, doggy bags.
Hello everybody, it's Linda Moran from the Pollyann Trail, Oakland County, and we're here today in the village of Oxford. We have a group of fabulous Girl Scouts coming out. They have constructed dog waste bag containers that we're going to be mounting on the trail today. So it'll help reduce our dog waste problem and keep the trail much cleaner.
We wanted to make the dog waste bag so it's available for everyone so they can pick up their dog poop, because actually a lot of people don't know this, but dog poop it doesn't actually fertilize the soil or anything because it has too much protein in it, so it takes a whole year to decompose, so it just sits there, and it's also very harmful to any living things around because it has a lot of bacteria in it. So we wanted to make these just to help keep everything nice and clean, and also so it looks nice.
Yeah, and to continue off what she said, once people leave it, after like a few weeks, if people or pets go too close to it, it can give them like infections or viruses. So it can be harmful to anyone who it's around. And once it decomposes, it leaves just like brown spots, and it burns the grass, and so it doesn't help anything really. We decided on this project for our silver award because it helps out our community, and it's helping out the Pollyann Trail, which is something we've all used, and we all want other people to be able to enjoy it and have it be a nice, clean place for everyone. I've grown up with the Pollyann Trail in my backyard, and so we've rode all around Oxford on the trail, and it's just cool to be able to keep up the trail and keep it nice for everyone.
And everyone we work with was very kind to us, and they let us work on our project and put up the dog waste bins. First, we had several meetings planning out what we're going to do and communicating with the trail. And then we planned out our budget and all the materials that we're going to need to buy, and we did a lot of problem solving with it as well, because we were just using a reference, one that was already made on the trail, so we didn't really have specific details on how to build it, so we were kind of just winging it at some points. But then we put everything together, and then we contacted Linda so that we can put them up now.
After this, we can work on our Gold Award, which is the highest honor a Girl Scout can get, and that would take us 80 hours to do. And from this, we just grow more and become more independent and more involved with our community.
Cute story. Next up, our seniors correct all and save all the worlds to Tim Hortons with the story with their brand new reporter, Chuck Cameron. Chuck?
Good morning. This is Chuck Cameron with Oxford Community TV, reporting from Tim Hortons in the beautiful northern suburbs of Oxford along lovely M24. We have today a remarkable group of people who we're going to interview who come here regularly and have for years to solve major world problems and have a good time. Let's go over and meet some of them. Well, good morning. Good morning. I'm Chuck, and you don't have to remember that, but we wanted to get an idea who you are, first name, and why on earth you come to Tim Hortons and have donuts and coffee and talk about things. So I'll start with that. Could I get your first name?
Beverly.
Beverly's a great name. I like that name. All right. That's my girlfriend. You have very good taste, sir. Yes, sir. And your first name?
Karen.
Karen, okay. Karen?
Sue.
Sue, I like that.
Patty.
Patty, hang on. Now we got the pretty ones out of the way. Now we'll go to the kind of gnarly ones.
Bo.
Daryl.
Mike. Larry.
Hey, all right, thanks. Okay, so first of all, why on earth do you meet here? What's the reason that you're sitting here this morning? Why are you here?
I'm here to see the girls. I'm here to see the girls
Another smart man.
and have a coffee, you know.
I don't want to stay home. I want to come out and be with people.
We need people and visit with our friends, and they say laughter is good for the soul, and we definitely laugh.
Laughing is good, healthy stuff, isn't it? All right. How long have you been doing this?
15 years.
Really?
15 years.
How did it get started?
I started driving my grandson to school to take a computer class in the morning. Now he's 19.
Outstanding. Excellent.
So we just started driving him to school and stopping at Tim Hortons in Orion, and then we switched to here.
So this is more convenient for you?
No, it's further, but it's fun.
Better friends.
Yeah.
All right. How about some of the rest of you? How long have you been doing this?
Oh, I've been doing this probably, not with them, but I started out with just girls. And a couple of them have passed away, and so then they took us under their wing. Probably, I don't know, 6-7 years, something like that.
That's great. You?
I think it's only been 2.5.
Only 2.5 years, huh? Wow, that's still a long time to make good friends.
Sue is our queen. Sue is our queen because she is the oldest in the group.
Excellent.
They bought me a tiara.
She forgot it today.
All right. Okay, so what all do you do? What do you talk about? I heard a good story from you. This is something I'd like you to tell us. What's your good story here?
My good story is this same group was sitting here and they were celebrating my birthday, and we had a birthday cake and everything, and we were having a good time, and word came that they had to shut down. So they allowed us to stay. We were the last customers in March on my birthday when they locked the door here for the virus.
So March 2020, they shut the place down, and you guys you had the last call, right?
We had the last cake and coffee here.
Inside, all right. So, any stories from you?
Here for the coffee and the donuts.
Excellent. So the real question is for you, which is your favorite donut?
I'm getting the chocolate muffin. Yeah.
Any stories from you?
Well, I come here to see the pretty girls that work behind the counter myself, you know. And I'd say Tim has pretty good coffee.
You have pretty good coffee.
Yep.
Where are you folks from?
Well, I'm right Oxford, just north of here, 1.5 miles.
Lake Orion.
I was born here in the Thumb. I've been down here in Leonard for the last 40 years. So.
Tell us about Leonard.
Leonard's a small little town. It's getting smaller every day. I used to have my coffee up there before I came here. And the health department shut down the food store because he wasn't up to snuff. So when they closed that up, I started coming here. And I started with Larry and another bunch of guys, and then we kind of all just drifted together over time, you know.
How about you?
Oakland Township.
Oakland Township, yeah.
Lake Orion.
I live over there, Stony Lake.
Stony Lake.
We're Oakland Township.
And where are you from, young lady?
Oxford.
Oxford. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard of that. What a good group. So, the real questions over here. Favorite donut?
Favorite donut? Boston cream.
Boston cream, okay.
I like the blueberry muffin.
Blueberry muffin. Do you have a favorite donut?
Boston cream.
Boston cream's a good one. Try over here. This could be a very important question.
Blueberry muffin.
Blueberry muffin, yeah.
Boston cream.
Boston cream is going big here.
We eat a lot of tidbits here, too.
Tidbits, yeah.
Yep.
It's easy to eat a lot of tidbits.
Oh, yeah, get a box of them.
Chocolate chip muffin.
Oh, yeah, good.
Boston cream.
Boston cream. That's a good thing. I'm hungry. When are this over? I got to get some donuts quick. I think mine is the sour cream glazed. All right, well, we want to thank you for giving us a little time. We hope you enjoy your time, and we'll give you some information on the TV channel. I think you'd like to see it. That's Chuck Cameron from Oxford Community TV. Bye-bye.
Great story. Next up, Alexis visited with Upland Hills. Alexis?
Well, I'm sure that anyone who is running a business, a people business especially, was getting lots of question marks about what was going to happen, and we did the same thing. We actually were uncertain that we'd be able to have camp until the Friday before we were supposed to start on Monday. So we were told that we were all go, that everything we did, all our paperwork, everything we had set up so that the safety protocols were in place was okay. We were told that on Friday, and we called all the counselors that were waiting to see if they had a job to tell them, yes, you have a job, and we had a big job fair. So Sunday evening we hired all of our staff for camp. We had a staff training on Saturday. We usually able to do our staff training for 2 days instead of 1, but we did all the staff training on 1 day and started the next day. So camp came quick, and thank goodness we were ready. It was really a difficult thing because one thing, you don't know if you're going to have business, which means you don't know if you're going to have money, which means you don't know if you can afford to do all the stuff you have to do to get ready for business. So we were really chomping at the bit to find out if it was going to happen or not. So. Well, first of all, last year was amazing. When we got all the campers at camp, and we had pretty much a full camp. We lightened it a little bit. We changed it so we had more space. But it was just amazing for the students, the counselors, and us to have some level of normalcy. I mean, everyone was so glad to be there. This year it feels a lot the same way. It feels a little more normal because there's a lot of things we don't have to do, like wearing masks, for example. We don't usually have masks on now. But just everyone's glad to be out and be able to do things that feel like life used to feel. So. There was still some uncertainty. There's some things that we did to rearrange for last year, some of the protocols that we decided to keep because they worked really good for us, and some other ones we had to decide if we were going to continue with or not. One thing we wanted to do was make sure that we could get all of our campers through our camp program without cramming everyone together, like putting too many people in one changing room or all assembled in one area. So we did change a few things in how we spread people out during our day in our program. Also, our drop off and pick up for camp is a little bit different. Some of it we really actually like. It's a little more, it's a little simpler to keep track of who's been dropped off when and check people in. All those things were things we had no trouble with before, but now it's like the parents let them right out of the car and they get checked in right at that moment. So that kind of helped our process, and I think that's something we'll probably continue doing in the future. So I guess the bad thing to have COVID, but we learned some things that were kind of helpful for our business to try some new things. So. Yeah, we're doing Summer Sundays. It's the last Sunday of every month, so there's one coming up the end of August here, and I believe the end of September we're doing that again. You'll hear me say this every once in a while. Check our website for updates and our Facebook page, and they'll let you know what's actually coming up on the schedule, and you'll also find all the prices and timelines, schedules, and stuff like that. So our website is uplandhillsfarm.com, and of course there's Upland Hills Farm Day Facebook page. I don't know what it is about our donuts or our process, but yeah, they are very good. And I think part of it is because people want them so bad, we can barely keep up with making them. So they're always fresh right out of the cooker. And yeah, a nice warm donut. Very good. Yes, we will have donuts. Every weekend in October, we'll be open to the public for our fall festival, and that's where the donuts are. We will also have some apple cider. You can buy it hot or cold. There'll be lots of extra special things in our fall festival program. For example, Baffling Bill will be back this year. We missed him last year. We were not able to have him come last year. I'll be doing farm shows. Last year we did a lot of our farm shows outdoors, which I really enjoyed doing. It was a lot more interactive. We had some food trucks come out, and I think we'll try to do that again too. Pony rides, pumpkin patch, the Enchanted Forest Trail. So our fall festival should be running exactly as it did a couple years ago, back to normal. Everyone will be glad to see it that way. Special thing this year is most of our cows are pregnant right now and will be delivering babies before the fall festival. We don't usually have calves in the fall because they've grown up to be big enough. They're not really that little anymore or cute anymore, but they should be a lot of cute little calves around the farm. We had what we called, in the spring, we had what we called the lamb slide when all the lambs were born. I think we had like 15 or 16 lambs, all born within 3 weeks of each other. And then we did the same thing with our goats a few weeks after that. And we're not gonna have quite as many cows, but we do have a lot of babies around the farm. We also have some baby pigs right now. All of them will still be here at the farm. They're getting a little bigger, but they'll still be fun to see and spend time with. And I mean, if you've been to Upland Hills Farm before, you know we're very interactive. You're able to get in there and pet the animals and get real close to them. So it's a really cool experience. Yes, we will definitely be doing hay rides this year unless something happens out of the expectation. So, yeah. Well, I mentioned that last year kind of led us to thinking outside of the box. We've come up with some different programs and tried some things we haven't done before. Some of the adults in our circle of friends have joined us for goat yoga up in our people barn. We've done a few adult education programs in conjunction with our weekend camps or Farm Explorer program that we've been doing for campers in the fall and in the spring. This year, we're talking about adding a few things similar to that. Again, check the Facebook page and the web page, uplandhillsfarm.com. The goat yoga, I think there were some young people that were part of that, but we had a Farm Explorer camp happening at the same time, so the younger kids joined us for that.
Yeah, so it's almost like it's a family event, you know, the parents and say go to camp.
Yep.
We're gonna go do yoga upstairs.
Yeah, and there was overlap, but it wasn't always overlap. Some parents came to the yoga without campers in the camp and vice versa. But when camp was over and when the adult program was over, people were able to spend some time to see the animals and do things together. So I was telling you, I just put in a full disc golf course, which is coming soon. Again, look for that on the website. I'll come up with a program of some sort that involves the golf course, a disc golf course. So, what else? Puppies. I didn't mention it.
You wanted to mention those because I don't know if they're all adopted or if you're expecting more puppies sometime soon.
Well, some people might be interested in whatever the updates are.
Okay,
Just want to see the puppies. They're on our website. There's a section that says the dog house. Click on that. You'll find out everything that's happening with our puppies. In fact, there's some details about their birth and maybe even some video clips of them as little puppies. So check out that. You'll find out if there are any puppies left to be adopted. I don't know for sure because I know they've been going quick. We like to have puppies here at camp so the campers can enjoy them, and they got to do that this year. We haven't had them for a couple years now, but I mean, if we can have another litter next year, we'll probably do it. It's really depending on nature to some degree, but we do have a mama dog, and she just had a healthy litter of puppies, so maybe she'll do it again next year for us too.
We can't leave the kittens out. It wouldn't be
Oh,
right.
true, yes. Come visit the kitty condo in October or on the summer Sunday as well. We do have some kittens in there still. Some of them have been adopted, but you're welcome to come and visit with them.
And they can also check that on the site.
Yes, I don't know what that tab is, but you'll probably figure it out. The kittens or the cats on the website.
And next up, another ribbon cutting.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out to the Mattis House ribbon cutting ceremony. Just real quick before we get started, I just want to point out that we do have a sign-in sheet on the table over here. So before you leave today, if everybody could please sign in for us, we would greatly appreciate that so much. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over now to the Oxford Chamber. Thank you so much for being here today with us.
Thank you.
And thanks everyone for coming out.
Well, welcome everyone. Thank you very much for coming out to the Oxford Chamber of Commerce ribbon cutting. We appreciate you joining us today. It's a special day for Crossroads for Youth. They are now going to be christening the new Bill Mattis building, which they have recently redone. And it is currently used for the Girls Treatment Center program. And I want to thank OCTV for being here today. They're our local TV channel and covering us. I have some board members here today. Deb Uren, which is our vice president. Chief Mike Solwald, who is also the youth assistant chair.
Vice chair.
Vice chair. And we have Jack Curtis from the township and other people here. So I will go ahead and hand this over to Chris and let you tell us a little bit about the building.
Okay, thank you. Welcome everybody, and thanks for coming out. As Amy said, this is a remodeled building. This building was originally called the Chamberlain Building, and then around 2019 we started the reconstruction project. And then we had to go through all the challenges, obviously, that everyone's been going through for the last year and a half. And then January of this year, we were able to actually open the doors. We're very, very excited about it. As a clinician, it's a state-of-the-art building. As you get a chance to walk through it and see it, it offers all the amenities that we would actually have dreamed of having it, offering a real safe and real clinically sound type of a setting for our youth to heal and do the things necessary. So it was a culmination of about a 2-year project, and we couldn't be happier to have the people out here today for that. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and invite Mr. Porter, our executive director, to come on up and take it over.
Thank you, everyone. Sometimes in life, people are raised into leadership positions that are for the benefit of those around them. Bill Mattis was one of those men. And we're honored today to dedicate this building to Bill Mattis, who I consider the founding father of Crossroads for Youth, was then Camp Oakland. Not only was he the founding father, but he was also a father figure to all the residents here on campus. And we have someone speaking today on that, Hillary. And he was also a father and a husband to his family who were raised here on campus. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Hillary and Mark Mattis to talk about Bill.
All right, I'll go first. I'm Mark Mattis. I'm Bill's oldest son. My brothers Jamie and Todd and Jamie's wife Sue are all here too, members of the Mattis clan. And I was trying to think about what would Bill Mattis say if he was here. And I think he'd say, of course he would say, thank you very much for this honor. And then he would immediately switch the conversation to the programs. And he'd start talking about the programs. And so I think about the programs here from, the 20 years that I spent watching what happened here, then Camp Oakland, now Crossroads. And I think it is the programs were very important, but really it was the staff. It was the staff that made the difference here. And I think the difference is that the staff was able to convey to the kids that this was not just a place where the staff cared for kids. It was a place where the kids, they cared about the kids. They cared very much about each of these kids. They knew their names. They spent years with them, and you don't do that anymore. But I thought I saw an article in the Oxford Leader from 2016, and Bill said the same thing about Crossroads. That you took the time, you know the kids, and that's what really makes the difference. And it wasn't just Bill; it was all the staff. I'm thinking of specifically Gail Schaefer, because when I was a kid, this building was his classroom. He taught auto mechanics here, and he lived on the campus forever as well. And his wife was the secretary at the Bill's secretary. And he was just one of those examples of people that, he didn't have a bachelor's degree in social work, but he was just a natural. And everybody saw that. He was genuine. And kids love that. And it made a difference, I'm sure, for lots of kids in their lives. And so the Mattis family is proud to be here. And thank you for this honor for Bill. Hillary.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And first of all, I want to thank you and your family for sharing your dad with me. Your dad was my dad. I met some. But anyways.
Well, he was our dad, Hillary.
Yes. But this place saved me. I ran away from home. My parents didn't care for me. But when Bill got in charge of this place, before we got any kids, I was here alone with him for 3 years before any kids came here. So I had the best of both worlds. We had cows here, cows pastured across here. This was our night pasture. I'll tell a little story quick because they told me to cut it short. So, you know, when they had the camp here for 1 month for the girls and 1 month for the boys, when the girls were here, I brought the cows across here, and I met one of the girls, and I got to be friends with her, and I says, let's meet at midnight. She says, I have no watch, can't tell the time. So I give her mine. So what came midnight, went past, I had to be down to the barn at 4 o'clock to milk cows. So anyways, when I was done milking that morning, Bill Mattis, here he comes walking down the aisle, and he had the wristwatch in his hand, and he says, keep it, don't lose it again. I found it. And that's all he ever said. So I love him. To me, he was my dad, and I always said he was my guardian. Anytime I talked to anybody, he was my guardian. And he had a great board behind him that helped him out along the way, too. And like the Mattis boy says, he had good staff here, great staff. And so, as far as I'm concerned, he was a great person. If you guys want to give a donation, that's great. I appreciate all the money.
Thanks, Hillary.
I'd like to also thank our board members who are here today. I see Ron came in, Ron Reynolds, Susan Holliday, and Tina Barton are here. Am I missing a board member? What? Hillary's a board member. Oh, Susan Holliday. But most importantly, we're here for the kids. So the youth that are here at this building, if you want to yell, do we yell? You can yell. So this is why we're here, and I also want to thank all the staff that are here today. We couldn't do it without you. And without further ado, we'll hand it over for the ribbon cutting.
Oh, here we go. All right. So I'm going to have, if you want to come on up.
Oh,
and we would like to, Deb, if you want to award this certificate to you for, I love both of us together, for the beautiful building that you've done for the girls. So
thank you.
You're a great attribute to our community.
We appreciate it very much.
And all the work you do. Really is something special. So thank you. And then who is going to be cutting the ribbon today?
We have the 3 Mattis boys that are here, and then the 3 youth that lived on campus. So we have Kathy, Shar, Hillary, and then the 3 Mattis boys.
All right. So step on up.
We got a big scissor.
Yeah. I should have got a bigger scissors.
We need a super scissor here.
Come on,
Come on up there. Get on up there. Get a handle on it. There you go.
Gotta get it deep in.
Okay.
Here we go. Ready?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today.
Well, that's all the time for this week. So for our reporters, Chuck Cameron and Alexis Ware, and our reporters, too slowly that time, wait a minute. Well, that's all the time for this week. So for our reporters, Chuck Cameron, Alexis Ware, and our photographers, Dan Zweiss and Joe Calhoun, and our editors, Terry Stiles and Dan Zweiss again, I'm Bill Service. We hope to see you again on our Community Access.